Vanessa Burns. I live off of Terry Road, and I've been a part of CQRL for several years now, and more recently have taken on the treasurer on the CQRL board. But back in 2023, we worked with the county to try and look at more focused growth planning and regulation through more area style zoning, and we had an area or District 26 zoning initiative where we had 3 strategic meetings throughout the community. Some of you may have attended those community meetings at that time in an effort to try and protect the southern area of Greenville County in more of the rural settings in collaboration with the county. With that, we recognized that we utilized the planning and comprehensive plans that the county has provided through various census data and projected growth in the community. And the expected growth comparison, so this is from the comprehensive plan that is currently published based off 2020 data. And you can see that the projected change of growth is around 2%, and we won't have new census data till 2030, but we're anticipating that the growth in Greenville County is going to be exponentially greater than what the predictions were in 2020, which are in the comprehensive plan. And they have several models that the comprehensive plan has predicted from a growth standpoint. And so you can see that from the density map in red in the existing expansion, that the bulk of the growth is either going to happen north or south within our district. And so based off of current 2020 data, they were predicting a existing sprawl of 66 versus 34% urban, with various scenarios that have been mapped out. And we can see that in scenario 1, an anticipated additional expansion of urban sprawl of over 206 square miles. Whereas if we had more focused growth model and more of a focused growth plan, we could potentially minimize that urban sprawl and reduce that expansion, southern and in the northern areas. But being in District 26, we were at that time trying to focus in our district for potential focused growth model and having more impact on rural characters such as transportation, infrastructure, having more environmental and natural resources, and then looking at land use with this initiative. So this is what Tom was kind of referencing, and this kind of spearheaded or kicked us off into starting to look at this initiative back in 2023 with the approval of the RV park across from Ralph Candler Middle School, which we, if you've driven down Fork Shoals, you can see that they have started land movement and earthwork, etc. But at the time, these were the unzoned areas in the Southern District, where in 2018 we had more of that door-to-door individual zoning as a group that was taken to the county. And so there is patchwork that we, as this initiative was trying to do, was trying to kind of close those gaps in the patchwork that currently existed in our area. And So we had to leverage the planning tools that we had at the time, and so with that, the comprehensive plan is what we more heavily leaned on in helping to determine projected growth and what that would look like and what those particular zoned areas could potentially look like in the future. And our goal overall was to help protect our unzoned community with better managed growth and try and look at potential runways that would occur within our district. So obviously we know that there would be some commercial growth and expansion that would need to occur, along 418 and Highway 25 all the way down into our southern part of our district. So looking at the data that we were able to obtain at the time from the county really showed that 85% of the land of landowners that have 10 acres plus was in the southern part of Greenville County, below Highway 18 and Highway 8. And so within that, 60% of that was unzoned from a global perspective in that area, and this is kind of where we were trying to leverage this initiative, was to look at those landowners that had larger lots of land that could potentially have greater impact for future expansion, particularly in the southern district. We had mapped out areas in the various regions within our district, targeting all three areas from a community standpoint, and then also looking at what zoning classifications more so fit within those areas to try and offer various options for landowners to select from. So we proposed residential, RR3, RR1, ag, and then obviously having some commercial corridors that needed to exist within our district. I think ultimately we recognize that developers tend to look for larger tracts of open land, so greater than 10 acres, and then we recognize in this initiative that rural development needed to be somewhat regulated, but not necessarily legislated. And in this initiative, obviously, because we didn't, we had these strategic community events, and we recognized that we couldn't really force people to zone their land if they didn't want to zone their land. And so looking at how we can kind of tackle some of these ability for landowners to protect themselves in other aspects other than zoning. So I think what we finally came to the realization was that if an individual landowner wants to zone their land, the county really is supportive of that. So if you currently have unzoned land and you would like to zone your property, there are avenues that you can go through to zone that, and the county really does support, especially in the more rural areas, having the ability to zone. So those were just some of the lessons learned over the course of the time period where we were trying to roll out this initiative. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to our County Council District Representative, Rick Bradley, and he is also one of our community members, and so I'm glad that he offered to come here and speak with us today.